Hello guys, in extension to the previous video, in this video we are going to discuss the efficiency of microwave ovens in comparison to electric kettle and stove top, and we are also going to discuss that how safe are these microwave ovens. So let us begin. Well, first of all we are going to see about the how efficient are microwave ovens. So microwave ovens transfer heat more efficiently by directly heating up the polar molecules in the food, as I have already discussed in the previous video. And this heat energy transfer rate is about 30 to 80% depending upon the type of food being heated, as already discussed in the previous video. That strength of dipoles within the food greatly affects the dielectric heating, and this dielectric heating is basically the principle behind the microwave heating. Basically the thinking goes like this, that the interior of the microwave oven is a good reflector for microwaves. So they rattle around until they find an absorber, and that interior is basically made up of metals, which are the good reflector, which reflects the microwave radiation. And so they rattle around until they find an absorber, and in the course of its rattling they obviously lose some of its energy. So namely the food, that is the absorber. Like after rattling around, these microwave radiation find an absorber, namely the food, which absorbs this microwave radiation, and hence they get heated. But of course there will be some loss in generation at the magnetron tube, because when the magnetron generates the microwave radiation, then there will be obviously some loss, and that we are basically seeing at the fin end. Like the fin is attached to the magnetron tube which gets heated, so that is a kind of loss that we are basically seeing while generating this microwave radiation. And the walls may not be perfect reflectors too, like the walls, the metals, so that after some bounces there may not be much energy left. That's what I've told. The next point is, apart from putting energy into the food, there is an electric motor also that spins a relatively heavy turntable which needs to be power. The turntable in which the foods are kept. So that also need an electric motor to rotate it, to spin it, and that also needs power. Although a food compartment does not need to be heated up to heat the food as in case of conventional oven, but a microwave oven does in fact get fairly warm after it's been on for a while. And so there are some heat losses involved in this process also. And in addition to all these things, an electronic circuit, a timer display, probably a cooling fan also needs to be powered, and taken together all these things make a microwave less efficient than it might be. Now another point is, now if we compare the heat energy transfer rate of microwave oven with a stove or an electric kettle, then we need to be very sure about the type and quantity of food being heated. Like if we want to heat up only a small quantity of food, say a cup of water, then electric kettle is twice, while stove top is 25% more efficient than microwave. But these are not the whole picture, as boiling a cup of water is not the same stuff as a bowl of frozen vegetables or cooking loaded baked potato. Consider for this that on a stove top, the heat transfer time from the burner is much less. Like it is just 12 to 14% of heat energy that goes into the food being cooked, which is just about 30 to 40% less efficient than the microwave oven. So if you just only consider like boiling a cup of water, then obviously you're gonna get the efficiency of microwave ovens much lesser than the electric kettle or stove top. But that is not the whole picture. Because microwave ovens are basically used for boiling of some frozen vegetables or cooking of some loaded baked potatoes like this. So if you consider these stuffs, then obviously your stove top and electric kettle will be much lesser efficient than your microwave counterpart. So main picture of microwave ovens efficiency will come into play when you are going to boil these foods like frozen vegetables or baked potatoes. You can have a rough comparison of appliances which suggests that using a conventional oven for 1 hour every day for 30 days costs around rupees 380, while a microwave oven costs just about rupees 75. See the difference. This is where the efficiency of microwave oven comes into picture. But here we are comparing with the conventional oven. Now let us see the other benefits of using microwave ovens. The first one is, microwave oven don't produce a very big heat load for the air conditioning system to work more. Because suppose you're having an air conditioning system within your house and you're operating a microwave oven, then microwave oven is not going to produce very big heat load, which basically increases the working of air conditioning system. Like if you increase the heat load within the room, then the compressor of the air conditioner must work more in order to have the cooling of the room again, because this heat load will basically increase the temperature of the room. So again the AC needs to work more to decrease that temperature to the set level of the AC, and this happens especially during the summer. While stoves and conventional ovens do, like stoves and conventional ovens basically produce a lot of heat load, and which forces the air conditioning system to work more. So in this regard also microwave ovens are very much efficient. This is because in a microwave only the food, the container and a small area of the microwave oven actually gets hot. But on a stove top, burners must come up to a temperature of about 200 degrees Celsius and then take time to cool down after cooking is finished. Second point is, by using a microwave oven, exposure to pollutants like nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, formaldehyde, ultrafine particles and other lung irritants can be avoided, and thus some energy savings will be there too in terms of exhaust fans and air purifiers. Because if you are having the conventional ovens or stove top, then you may have the exposure to these pollutants, and you're not going to let these pollutants to stay within your living area, and so you must need the exhaust fans or air purifiers. But in case of microwave ovens, since exposure to these pollutants are absent, that's why you don't need these exhaust fans or air purifiers, and that's where you again save the energy. Now let us discuss the second question of this video, that are microwave ovens safe? So yeah, microwave ovens are completely safe. How? Well, the cooking cavities in microwave ovens are sealed metal containers so that the waves can't leak out. Actually, the question of safety regarding the microwave oven comes because of the microwave radiation that is within the microwave oven. So people basically think that these microwave radiation, if comes out of the microwave oven, can be very harmful to the human bodies. But actually these microwave ovens are sealed metal containers so that the waves can't leak out. And those metals are having tiny holes too. If somebody like sees inside the microwave oven, then they're gonna say that these metal containers at the back are having tiny holes in it. But these tiny holes are much smaller than the diameter of microwave. And the diameter of microwave is basically 12 centimeter, as I've already discussed. And these tiny holes, like the diameter of these tiny holes, are much smaller than this 12 centimeter diameter of microwave, so that waves can't leak out of that tiny hole. Now there is another safety feature called interlock associated with the microwave oven, so that if anybody tries to open the oven door, suppose like somebody says that what if I open the door of microwave while it is working. So as soon as you open the door of the oven, then the magnetron stops buzzing immediately. And what happens if magnetron stops buzzing immediately? Well, it stops to form microwave radiation. So this is another safety feature called interlock. But even if the microwave is leaking, then also it is unlikely to do any harm, as the energy of microwave radiation drops off very quickly with the distance. So apart from these sealed metal containers or the safety feature of interlock, even if the microwave is leaking, then also it is unlikely to do any harm, as the energy of microwave radiation drops off very quickly with the distance. Outside the cooking cavity and some distance away, even a leaky microwave would produce only tiny amounts of microwave radiation, even lesser than that emitted by your cell phone. So this is the point worth noting over here, that your cell phone emits more microwave radiation than the amount produced by the microwave oven if it gets leaked outside the cooking cavity and some distance away. Now you can see from these studies too that according to the US Food and Drug Administration, at about 5 centimeter, the amount of power a microwave can leak is about 5 milliwatts per square centimeter, which is very less, which is far below the level known to harm people. While at about 50 centimeters, it's about 1% as much again. Even standing right up close to a leaky microwave, you would need to be exposed to a much higher levels of radiation for much longer for there to be any real risk to your health. The second study, like the World Health Organization, is reassuring on this point, that thermal damage would only occur from long exposures to very high power levels, well in excess of those measured around microwave ovens. Well, in other words, there's simply too little power to heat your body tissue up enough to do damage. So this is all about this video, guys. Thank you.